I'm used to hearing the music.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the 10-7 show with Tara Goose and myself.
Hey.
What's
Happy
up, y'all?
Father's Day to everybody.
Yeah.
Happy all the fathers out there, all the dads out there. Happy Father's Day. We appreciate y'all. And
That's right. Happy Father's Day, bro.
Happy Father's Day. So if you didn't know, we are together. We are all together, even though we're on different screens. We're all together today, chilling out, having a good time, eating some chips, all that good stuff. But even though I already know, I'm gonna start off every show how I always do and ask how y'all been.
Oh man, we good.
We're good.
We happy that y'all able to come over here and share the day with us. You know what I mean?
This is so weird.
Yeah,
It is.
It's different recording and doing the show in person.
Right.
Yeah, it is different.
Thanks, Sheena.
Hey, Sheena.
What you say? Oh, thank you, Sheena. There we go. There it is.
That's
Thank you,
right.
Sheena.
How are you guys?
We're good, man. We're good. We were out yesterday, out today. We're having a good weekend and having a good time.
Nice. And it's Juneteenth.
Yes.
And it's
Yes.
Juneteenth.
And
Happy
Freedom
Juneteenth.
Day.
People.
And I'm gonna go ahead and say this, right? The fact that some people didn't know about Juneteenth till last year,
Right.
lets me know that
That's sad.
maybe we shouldn't be banning certain things out of education curriculum.
Yep.
Exactly.
Juneteenth should have definitely been known about.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but see, that's what they do. They control the narrative,
Right.
and that's why they're not. People are fighting against the 1619 projects and things of that nature. Because they don't want to see their great grandparents in that light.
Right.
Yep, that's what it is. But
Unfortunately, that's your history. That's
Juneteenth.
our history.
That's our history.
Mhm.
And now you can choose to remain on the wrong side of history,
Mhm.
or you can get behind this project
Right.
and try to make amends for what your ancestors did.
Amen.
we have it right there.
Yeah.
There you go. We should end it on that note.
We're
not.
not. Yes, that should have been your final twist.
Yeah.
And I actually think that was going to be like my final twist.
Oh, my fault.
No, not what you said,
All
what
right.
I said when I brought it up.
Oh,
Now I got to
okay.
think of something else now. It's all good. But yeah, we got the snacks out here. Yo, these hot fries y'all just gave me.
I'm hot.
Them Jones, no joke. Them Jones so good though.
Oh my
Are
God.
they really hot?
Yes, I was
They're-
over here choking.
All right, let me
They're a
take
little
one.
spicy, but they're full of flavor. They're very good. They're very
Yeah,
delicious.
get your juice.
Well, we're gonna move on to one of everybody. Hold on, what is it? Oh, okay. We're gonna move on to.
Yeah, we all out of sorts today.
Oh, hold on. I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. That's what you call missing. I didn't mean to do that, y'all. It's a little bit different today. We're different. We're dealing with different machines, but now it's time for everybody's favorite part of the show. And y'all know what part of the show that is. It's the part of the show that goes a little something like this. Yes, it is the Would You Rather portion of the show, brought to you by Therapeutic Billing. And Tara, why don't you tell us a little bit about Therapeutic Billing?
Okay, certainly. So, Therapeutic Billing is a woman-led and minority-owned business that is a full-service medical billing and credentialing company that focuses on individual and small group specialty practices. The website address for Therapeutic Billing is www.therapeuticbilling.com, and the telephone number is 610-228-2029. In addition to the billing and credentialing services, we also offer virtual assistant services and bookkeeping services.
Boom, so there you have it. There you have it. That was awesome right there. Get all your bookkeeping services, all that stuff that she just talked about.
Yep,
Get all
keep
that.
my books.
I do keep your books.
Yep.
The Would You Rather. You got the Would You
Yeah, I
Rather?
got my Would You Rather. We had a little mishappy.
Yes, I'm
Mhm.
eating. This was like a no.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
we're
These
eating.
chips are
This
so
is our
good.
show.
It's Father's Day.
Yep.
Right.
Happy Father's Day, y'all.
So
Yeah.
enjoy your Father's Day. Eat your chips.
And I'm going to eat too.
Yeah.
So here we go. The first Would You Rather. Would you rather find Waldo or be Waldo?
Be
Be
Waldo.
Waldo.
Yeah, I'd rather find Waldo. Because
Right.
as I got older, them books got a little bit more difficult, and I just gave up on finding Waldo. I want to find Waldo.
You want to find Waldo?
I got to make amends for the things
I
I've done.
usually
in my
find
life.
it fairly easy to find Waldo. Like I'm not one that looks for a long time. I'm like, oh, there you go.
What about you?
I'd rather be Waldo.
I
totally
don't
would be.
think I want to be Waldo. Like Waldo's always in some strange places, but a bunch of strange
He's like Carmen Sandiego.
Yeah, like it's,
Yeah.
imagine the experiences that Waldo
True.
had.
If Waldo were real.
True. I think I'd rather find Waldo.
Okay. Justin,
You know
what
why?
did you say? Oh, you said you rather find.
Yeah, but also everybody's trying to find Waldo because it's where's Waldo?
Do they still make those books?
Exactly.
Probably.
Yeah, I was in the store.
But
I
I'm
got,
different.
now,
I'm
now I
always
think I
trying
gotta
to
get
find
one.
And don't they make something similar to that? Isn't there another one where, but it's like an animal?
Yeah, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I gotta get one. I think I gotta get one. That is so weird.
Okay.
Watching people walk by on the track.
Oh.
I feel
We
like they're
are
looking at
on
us.
live. Okay.
They're on the
Here's the
Tinsley
next
show
would you
now.
rather. Okay. Would you rather watch a movie with no sound or listen to a movie with no picture?
So listening
Listen
to a movie with no picture is like a
book on tape.
podcast.
Or like a
Yeah.
book on tape.
So I will go with
Yeah,
that.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, I would go with
What was the
Instead of
first one?
saying what?
that. Watch a movie with no sound. Or
They
just-
used to do that already, right?
Talkies.
Yeah.
No, talkies were.
Silent film.
Silent
Silent
film,
film,
Yeah,
yeah. Or
but
yeah, give me the book on tape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Because look, I know me. You give me a movie with no sound, it may not end the way you want it to end.
Right, right.
I'll rewrite your whole joke.
Yes, yes, that's true. And then she said,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right,
Kind of
right.
how we do when we go to a restaurant. I'm like, what do you think they're saying?
Right?
So, you got another one,
okay,
Tyra?
yeah, I have one more. All right, this one is kind of crazy. Would you rather eat nothing but candy or nothing but cake?
Either way, we're going to end up diabetic and morbidly obese. So,
I'm going to say nothing but cake.
I'm going to go with candy.
I'm going to go with cake.
Yeah, I'm going to go with cake.
That's a tough one.
It is tough. This is super hard.
It is. It is.
But I'm going to go with
So,
cake.
like, do you get a variety of candy?
Because
you get a
maybe-
variety of cake.
That's
Maybe
what
I
I
can
think.
find a cake that has candy on it sometimes.
That you will.
Right.
Two birds, one stone.
That you will be able to do.
But
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
what
true.
happened if you want a steak and some like something savory? You don't
Yeah,
wanna
because
eat-
you know when you limit yourself
Cake
to something, like
flavored
I want
broccoli.
what I'm not eating right now.
right.
So-
I've
Okay.
seen a cake made out of like mashed potatoes and
Oh gosh.
Oh, you talking about that
And-
Thanksgiving
and
cake?
turkey?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Nasty.
Sheena said, I'll take sound, no movie.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
And she also said she would take the cake.
I knew he was
Yep.
going to take the cake. You know, I knew it.
But cake is really, like you said,
Like,
one of
cake is
those things
cake.
where like there's so many different varieties of cake.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
But this is-
Like,
Right.
the thing is, for me, there's so many different varieties of cake,
Right.
but cake is always cake. There's so many different varieties of candy. You can have
chocolate,
soft candy, hard candy,
chocolate.
fizzy candy.
chocolate, fruity.
So now see, this is when I have to get, on my legal.
That's where you got to defend your
challenge.
thesis.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, would like things like beignets still be considered cake?
I think that's a pastry family.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've never had a beignet.
Oh, you. But you had.
We
All right.
gotta go to
So
New Orleans.
that's what I was getting ready to say. If you want to have a beignet, your first one has to be
It absolutely
from
has
Cafe Du
to, it
Monde
has to be in New
Okay.
Orleans.
in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Okay. I've never.
Everything
never
else
been yet.
is BS.
Yeah.
You have to.
So if
start
Dunkin'
there.
Donuts come out and be like, we got beignets. Don't
Trash.
BS.
Rubbish.
D&D
Mhm.
is selling more BS.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, no. So you know what? Then I'm gonna change my answer. I'm gonna go back to candy because I switched to cake, but I'm gonna go back to candy.
I'm going to stick with
All right.
cake.
I want to stick cake too because you got candy. I want to
Exactly.
I'm gonna go with candy.
I'm going to go with cake.
All
So
right.
there we go.
All right, that's
All right.
Well, there you
So-
have it.
Simple, but rather interesting. Sparking a good topic.
Yep.
Oh, let me take Sheena's comment.
Oh, what'd
Okay.
you say?
Cake.
Oh,
I'm struggling over here. It's
yes,
You got the
Cafe
different setup
Dumont.
today.
Yes.
Yes. Cafe
And you
Dumont.
know, Sheena, Cafe Dumont was started by a former slave,
Really?
female, former
Mhm.
slave.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I just drank all my juice.
Uh
That was dumb. All right.
oh.
Me too, babe.
You drank all that juice?
I'm gonna let my eyes melt.
Yeah, well, you got it.
All right. So now it's time to go move on to the next part of the show as I'm trying to find a doggone thing
You
for
just
it.
had it.
I did. Here we go. It's time for the Dear 10-7 part of the show. You already know. Dear 10-7 part of the show where we answer your questions, your read your topics or whatever it is that y'all might send us, and we give y'all our personal opinions on them, our advice and whatever it is.
Our unprofessional opinion.
Unprofessional opinions, so you can take it or leave it, and don't sue us if it don't go well because we're not professionals anyway. So
And we pour.
right, you ain't gonna get much from me.
All right, who's taking the first one?
Somebody else, because I
I'll
gotta
take
Well,
gotta
Goose
find
has
them.
got it
I'll
up,
take
so he's on it.
Dear 10-7, I have been with my fiance for the last 5 years. We have a child together. She'll be 2 soon. When our child was 4 months old, my fiance quit his job due to his health. And I went back to work full time. It's been over a year now, and he's been cleared to work, but he hasn't. He hasn't even attempted to find a job. To make sure our bills are paid, I now have 2 full-time jobs. I'm exhausted all the time. I try talking to him, but he always says he will look. And he does, but gives up very fast. He complains I'm never home. He complains that I go to bed too early. But what does he expect? I work over 80 hours a week. I try to give him as much of a break for my child as I can when I get home. But I am starting to resent him a lot. I never have any time for myself or anything else. I need advice. What should I do? I think he's borderline depressed, but he won't even have that conversation.
That's a lot to unpack right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
A lot to unpack right there.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't want to say leave your significant other, but he's like dead weight. It's like
Yeah.
push, pull, or get the F out of the way.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, and you've had conversations with him before, so I don't know what more you can say.
Absolutely.
You know, like I can't. This has to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right.
There-
Yeah.
You
there-
can't
you
keep
see-
going like
I
that.
think in one part of the letter she said he won't get a job, like he won't work, but he said he's trying. Like, how is he trying?
Right, but she said it was because of his health condition. So, like, what's wrong with him? I mean, if he's that unhealthy, can y'all get at least some SSI?
Well, no, he was clear to go back to work,
Oh,
Right.
so he's not getting no SSI.
Yeah, so and that brings me back. Like, how is he trying? Is he just on the internet looking at job boards and whatever? Or is he like, how is he trying? Like, there's whole different ways of trying. There's he can be sitting there thinking about a job he wants to do. Yeah, I'm trying to
right,
find
is he
something
going
like
to
that.
job fairs?
Right.
and things like
Right.
that?
I mean,
What's
it's
trying?
Any temp agency?
You could always use that.
Yeah, definitely.
Always use headhunter. I mean, I honestly don't know. This is you hate to tell somebody to leave somebody, but it's like I know y'all heard that old saying, "You can be bad by yourself."
Mhm.
Child,
I mean,
pay
Yeah.
your bills by yourself too.
yeah. And if it's one less person to carry,
Yeah.
you might not need to have 2 full-time jobs.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Because it would just be you and a baby.
You and
So,
a baby.
I don't know. I personally
Yeah.
would not put up with it.
I mean, I'll maybe separate for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
the
that-
fact that he doesn't want to have that depression conversation kind of says a lot.
Or maybe he has to do something extreme. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. I'm about to quit one of my full-time jobs. So if that means we getting kicked out, then we getting kicked out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a shame, but
like
Because
the
I'm
fire.
exhausted.
and it's
Like
not
the fire.
fair to her. It's not fair to her. It's not fair to the kid.
Right.
Right?
That's why I said maybe
So-
y'all don't need a divorce, but separate. So he need to give him time to get himself together.
Well,
and
they're
then-
not even married yet. He's her fiance.
Oh well, girl,
Oh.
run! Ah! Get out of there!
How? Wait,
When
I'm
he
ready, and I don't even. I know she been.
grab your coach bag and get the out of there.
Is that
She's
both
been
of
with
you?
him for 5 years.
Oh, girl,
Listen.
get out!
You are no longer the fiance. You
Get
are now
out.
the financier.
Yeah.
Yes.
Finance.
Get out. You hear me?
No, that's that run, girl.
Run, girl.
Yeah.
Before we well, no, we're not done giving advice to her, but I want to show this other
She needs to get out.
comment. I'm like, oh, we gotta discuss that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
We must discuss.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Uh-huh.
So you specifically said Cafe Du Monde. You had beignets in New Orleans that weren't from Cafe Du Monde,
And they were trash.
Are we talking about the beignet
Yeah.
comment?
Gotta go to Cafe Du Monde.
Cafe Du Monde.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, like, what's
Now, if
the
you went to Cafe Du Monde and you had a sucky beignet, I'm sorry. Everyone I've had was delicious.
Years apart. Years apart.
Oh, she had them there? Oh, no.
Oh, well, it's you.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
So what is a beignet? What is it?
So beignet
right?
is a pastry, but it's fried dough.
Okay.
And then they sprinkle the
And they
confectioner's sugar.
yeah, but they come out when they come out
They're
the grease hot.
piping
They sprinkle
hot.
the confectioner's sugar on
So
it,
like kind of
and it
melts a
melts
little
and
bit.
becomes
How does it
glaze.
differ? How does it differ from a donut?
It's shaped like a
Yeah,
little pillow.
Yep.
It's like
Okay.
crunchy
Like
on the
rectangle.
outside, soft and pillowy on the inside.
Well, that's cool. That's why they make chocolate and vanilla.
Yeah, you didn't like it.
I really like it. Sorry.
It's okay.
It was a
So,
great experience for me.
back to old girl.
Right. Get out.
Yeah, I think you should
Oh yeah.
definitely
Mm.
leave. I mean, you don't.
Especially if he
have
doesn't
any-
want to get help. If you think he's
Right.
dealing with some depression and he's not willing to get any help,
It's gonna
see
get
anybody,
worse. It's gonna
Right.
get worse. It's gonna get worse before it gets better.
Yep.
So you have to do what's right for you
Or
and your kid.
Absolutely.
this is some corny advice I'm about to give, but
But he's gonna give it anyway.
of course. Or if he doesn't want to get help, tell him. If you don't want to go back to work, go get help. Your mental health can take you out of work too.
Or you can still get checked, right?
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
But you got to do something.
You have to do something because when I go to work, you need to be going to work. Like it's just that simple. So good luck, honey.
Now the devil's advocate can say he is taking care of the child.
Yeah.
So, but
Maybe he to stay at home. He the manny. He ain't your fiance though. He the manny.
Mm-hmm. All right. Who wants to take the next Dear 10-7?
I'll take it.
Okay. Have at it.
Darn, it's going on.
Are you gonna start? Are you
get
gonna
ready
start?
for some giggling.
Are you gonna start giggling?
Probably. Probably. All right, here we go. Year 10-7. I've been married for over 5 years. We are a lesbian couple. That's probably important. All right. Almost two years ago, my spouse met a new best friend. Oh, hell no. I can stop right now. Stop right now.
Spouse met a new best friend.
A new best friend, a straight married woman. I was working like crazy to support us both when she was laid off. It was this Sunday. I'm sorry. We was laid off and decided to go grad school full time. Being as busy and tired as I am, I'm sure I wasn't the most fun person. I was glad she could hang out with this friend. Quickly though, they were attached at the hip to the exclusion of almost anyone else, including me. They met through a mutual hobby. I joined to try to spend more time with my wife since it was important to her. By last year, my feelings were starting to hurt as she spent more and more time and emotional energy on this friend. I told her I'm happy she has a friend, but she's my spouse and my best friend. So it hurt to be left out. Many mutual friends have approached me to ask what the heck is up because they can see things have shifted. They joke my wife's friend is her real wife. Ouch. Fast forward to last fall, her friend leaves her husband. I'm related. That needed to happen forever. And my wife invites her to move in with us. Oh, I love it.
This is an episode of Love at the Lockup.
Yeah.
I like the friend. She's nice, but I'm sick of having a house guest in general, and miss my space, and more importantly, B. Oh, you know, I read that all types. I thought that was a parenthesis. I'm sorry. Let me go back. I like my friend. She's nice, but A, I'm sick of having a house guest in general, and I miss my space. And more importantly, B, I have become the third wheel in my own house, and it's breaking my heart. I'm not worried about infidelity in the physical sense. In the emotional sense, that ship has set. Recently, we've had some disagreements and our communication is broken down. I worry it's because she can't get all of her emotional needs met via this friend, so why engage or work on a relationship with me? I come home, and they can chat pleasantly about their day while I get the silent treatment. I want my wife back, or I want her to acknowledge that she's moved on. We tried counseling and it did not go well. She can be defensive about criticism. What do I do? Woo!
Wow.
That's a lot right
That's
there.
a lot.
That's insane.
Totally insane.
I don't
Should
think-
just be straight over with?
Yeah,
Yeah.
please.
It sounds over.
I think
sounds
so.
Like it's been over.
Yeah,
You
I
trying
think
to
so.
make it. You trying to make it last and
Yeah.
longer than it really needs.
Mhm.
Right.
Make it last
So much so that you're gonna allow the other person to come in your home.
I mean,
instead.
and then
See,
like
what's wrong
Because
with you?
this is-
she ain't got no place else to go.
and this is the thing, because you said a house guest. Your wife doesn't see her as a house guest.
Right.
And that is the issue.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah,
To your wife, she's home.
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
And that is the problem. That is the problem. That is the conversation you
Yep.
need to have with your wife. You dig what I'm saying? So all you had to start out was keep on being.
Yeah.
And if she get defensive from the rip,
Yep.
pack your stuff. Pack your
Yep.
stuff.
You right about that.
I kind of feel like. Well, she's saying that her leaving her husband related, but it's been like however long, and they're getting closer and closer and closer. I think it's easier for women to kind of fall.
No, I
into
think
that.
she was saying unrelated.
right.
That needed to happen.
Right. That
Right.
she needed
Yeah.
to leave the husband. Right. That was a long time coming.
Mm.
But what I'm saying is, if these two are so uber close, what's to stop
okay.
them from, like, a longing glance or a. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, I think it's easier for women
Oh,
to kind of
so
fall
you're
into
saying
that.
that it's a shorter walk for women.
Right.
than it is
In my
for
opinion,
men.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't
I've
know.
only ever been a woman. But yes, that's what I'm thinking.
I would think the same thing. If
Right.
I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But I would
Yeah.
think that.
So I don't know. I kind of feel like I agree with Justin. I think it's probably
over.
it's a wrap. I mean, y'all tried counseling, and it still
And it doesn't go well.
didn't. Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, that's
sorry,
a shame,
but that's just our unprofessional opinion. To us, it sounds
Yeah.
over and
Now, yeah, we're not professionals, so it might
Yeah.
not be over, but we're just saying to us.
if it feels like it to you, then you go with your gut. Go with your gut. I'm sorry. What did
Oh,
Shanae say?
Shona,
Shanae, her
said,
dissertation.
Shona said your wife is disrespectful, point blank.
Yep.
If you can say you have done everything to communicate your needs, and your wife hasn't made changes, it's clear that she will never choose you first. It will be tough, but you need to go your separate way.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Transaction.
Very
Yeah.
good on that. That's
Very
true.
well said.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Move on.
Wow. All right. Well, I mean, good luck, but I think are we all agreeing that she should bounce?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chuck up too, shorty.
That's
Yeah.
everybody's view.
Yep.
Or no, I'm not even gonna say it. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead, say it. Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
because it's not right.
Go ahead, say
Because
it.
two wrongs don't make it right. I was gonna
Make it
say,
even.
I was
Go
just
ahead.
gonna say, start going out on your own.
That's what I was going to
That's
say.
your
That's
best
what I was
friend.
going to say. I was going to say, don't leave. Just start living your own life.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get your
But-
best friend. Y'all just become roommates.
Well, yeah,
Yep.
I was gonna say because then she'll be like, all right, cool, you out with your homie, good. All right, enjoy. You know what I mean? Like me and Karen be here together when you get back.
Yeah.
So,
Like I hope Karen cooking dinner.
oh, Karen got to have
How
big
long
bills.
Becky with the long hair going to be?
Exactly.
She chipping in on this mortgage.
Right.
How about this light bill? Because
Right.
her being here running up my light bill.
Okay. I hope
All
she's
right.
buying her own soap.
I want to know what the sleeping arrangements is.
Sure,
Maybe they got a spare
Do
room.
they stay up late though? But you know what I mean? It's like, I got questions. Because if you,
I have a lot of questions.
I got questions.
yeah.
I have a lot of questions.
Yeah, it seems a little off to me. This seems like this was like a threesome gone wrong. Like y'all tried to have an open
Yeah,
relationship.
because she said
and
they
went
met
wrong.
through a mutual hobby, and then the wife joined.
Right.
It was like Zumba.
Yo, it
How are
seems
they
like
better than
somebody
swingers?
they mom making them take their little sister. That's what it seemed like.
Nah, it sounded like they was all swinging.
Mm.
Just swinging. Where you-
A mutual. What
Oh, a
is
mutual hobby.
that? Uh-huh. Swinging. We
Mm.
know about that swinging stuff going bad all the time.
Yeah, we did. I mean, not personally, but yeah.
I said, how do we know about that? I don't know nothing
Well,
about
they
that.
do movies about it. You know, A&E, people be swinging and they end up killing the person.
That's I did.
Yeah, I need you to
I
start
did.
changing the channel. Turn
Go
on
back.
ESPN to
But
come.
that's what it
Go
sounds
back to the
like.
Hallmark channel.
Because I'm like, mutual hobby, like what?
Right.
Like,
What's
what
the
was the
hobby?
mutual hobby? Right.
That y'all got
Just
that
like
close.
you told me you was watching TDJ.
Exactly.
Oh, shit. Yeah, the hobby could be like, what's that called? Clay, what's it called? Pottery.
Oh,
Pottery.
pottery?
I always wanted to do that, though. I
Ceramics?
ain't gonna hold you. I always wanted to like make a bowl or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's
It's
fun.
Spin the mud.
fun.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna do
It's pretty fun. You know what else is fun?
it. Why you look at me like
Blowing glass.
Oh yeah, blowing glass is fun too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've
Lucky
done that.
Glass.
So
I don't know how we got here,
so
but it's
they
fun.
so silly.
You got problems over here.
See,
ready to move
they
on?
catch
Blowing,
us.
who blowing
Yeah.
glass?
Oh my gosh. What time is it, y'all?
All right.
She said, "What time is it?
That's
Where
it.
are you
That's
going?
It. That's it for Dear
We ain't
Jennifer.
even get to the topic yet. You got a date? What's happening?
We ain't working tonight. It's
That's
Juneteenth.
It's Juneteenth. When
Juneteenth.
That's
Team,
right.
baby.
All black people need to not work.
Mm-hmm. So, all right, let's get into our topic.
Yeah.
It's enough of us not working.
I know, right?
All
Just for
black
one
people
day.
work
Just for
for
one day.
themselves or
Just
otherwise.
for one day.
So I'll be working.
Nobody, even with your own business. Remember what
I'll
our
be working.
ancestors went through.
Billing never ends.
A day of rest.
So,
A
all right,
day of rest.
y'all ready?
Yeah.
Would you like to know the differences between how men and women fall in love?
Sure.
Are you interested, dear?
There's a difference.
Sure.
Okay. Yes, there's a difference.
And reading through this, I was like, damn.
Really?
I was like, damn.
So you like
Really?
agree with some of the stuff?
I did.
Okay, cool. All right, then let's get into it.
Okay.
I'll
All
tell
right.
you.
Yes,
Falling
he
in
gonna
love
tell.
can be complicated. Dating jitters, social expectations, and gender dynamics can all impact the way you interact with a potential partner. And while all humans experience attachment in their own ways, there may be some differences in how men and women fall in love that can help you navigate the confusing dynamics of an early relationship. There's some biology involved when it comes to falling for someone. Your brain floods with happy chemicals like dopamine, that also happens when you jog, which makes you feel excited and giddy about your new partner. Runner's high? Runner's high? No. As the relationship progresses, your brain experiences a surge in different feel-good substances, like oxytocin, which helps you grow attached to your boo in the long term. But although similar things are happening in the brain, cultural and evolutionary dynamics can impact how men and women express and describe those emotions, very generally speaking. At the end of the day, gender is just a construct. Nonetheless, science has found some interesting trends to consider. Here's what the research has to say regarding men, women, and love. Ready?
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. Number one. Men
Men
might experience falling in love faster.
Really? Is that true?
Gentlemen,
I think it's possible.
Yeah.
We don't admit to.
Oh, that's what y'all
Really?
do. Y'all hear that,
We,
ladies?
Okay.
we suppress that because we know y'all be acting up.
what? That's a pal.
Not y'all two, because
Oh.
y'all two won. Talking about the ones they ain't won yet.
Okay. Gotcha. Thank you. All right. So popular culture might have you thinking women are the ones to develop feelings and fall in love first. But the opposite may actually be true in many cases.
Hmm.
Men tend to fall in love quicker than do women. Okay, so I think I read that wrong. Did I read that wrong?
No.
Okay.
And the reason for this is most likely related to biology. The researchers posit that evolutionary women had to be more guarded about falling for someone because they needed to select the best possible partner for reproduction. I heard that somewhere before too, that like when women are like looking for a mate, they look at like all the like, will he be a good dad? Will he be a good provider? I had a checklist like that.
Yeah. It's like
I
subconscious.
check all the boxes and add some you ain't even know you was.
That's exactly right. Yes, you did. Thank you. On the other hand, men, on the other hand, had less to lose when shooting their shots. This dynamic may persist in subtle ways today. How?
I don't know. I mean,
I guess it's like, oh, I breed with who I breed with. Is that how men think?
Not me.
Well,
No,
but it is
okay.
women outnumber men. So
That's
we
true.
can just start there.
So then-
Because if I shoot my shot with you, I'm going to trip over another one in a few minutes.
That's true. So y'all just over here just
Great.
picking a litter, huh?
Okay. Shit.
Don't
Men-
blame it on me.
Blame it on
The rain.
the way blame it on the rain. I can't stand you. Men may say I love you first. Men in the same study reported falling in love and expressing it earlier than women did, despite the widely held fact that women are more romantic. The researchers hypothesized that this may be biology at play again. Since a pragmatic and cautious view of love has adaptive significance for women, while men have more reasons to cut their losses and profess their devotion. And while this isn't a hard and fast rule, it could be a pattern that stuck around thanks to evolution. Can somebody explain that paragraph to me?
I can't. I'm gonna be real with you. That somebody was texting me about the shows.
Oh. I mean, like, okay, so what does evolution have to do with men saying they love you first?
Well, let's read it again. Is that evolution may be programmed to have women question men's devotion more? So if you're questioning my devotion, do I need to say I love you first to
Secure that.
To break down her defenses.
Right.
To secure
We
that.
have
Or to
like
show you
natural-
that I'm serious.
Right. We have like natural defenses, I guess.
What's a lie? Ryan said that's a lie. What's a lie, Ryan?
Well,
If
yeah,
men
we
say
can
I love
listen,
you
Ryan.
first, Ryan, you messing with
Goose
us?
told me he loved me first.
Who said
I
that?
did.
Mhm.
who
Okay.
said it first? With us?
Yeah.
Me.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Do you
I
remember? Were you there?
I was there. But if it was me, I said it first, I would have.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember it was totally you. Because I was like, damn, for real? Okay. All right, the next.
Say what? Me?
So you see that? She ain't saying,
You love me?
oh, I love him too.
No, I
Right.
did. When you told me, I said it back because I knew I loved you. I even like told people before you told me, and I told you back that I love you. I said, I know I'm in love with you. Like I already know.
See?
I just didn't tell you because I didn't know how that was
Because we
going to
was
go.
guarded. See? Because we be guarded.
Okay, so
I was feeling you too. But
y'all say I love you first, but women might say I love you more often.
yes.
That is 100% true.
Yes.
I agree.
Okay.
I
Because
agree.
every
with
time
that.
we talk, I'm like, I love you. You're like, okay, I love you.
I'm like, man, I just told you I love you when I proposed,
I mean,
man.
do I have to tell you
How
again?
many times
I
I gotta
told
tell
you.
you?
In 2012.
Right. I told you at the altar. Ain't that enough?
All right.
I
That's
said
not
I
true.
promised to love.
If my word ain't nothing, you don't believe me when I say it.
All right.
Is it not enough?
Right.
All right. Once a couple has already established how they feel about each other, women in relationships with men may be more likely to say, I love you more frequently. Research also suggests that this phase might mean more to women. I'm sorry, this phrase might mean more to women than men, broadly speaking. Overall, research suggests that women list their partner's expressions of "I love you" in their top 10 romantic acts, but men do not.
True.
Is it like y'all just don't think about saying it, or like, you know what, girl, I love you, girl.
That's usually how
I
I say.
feel
Well, I
like
mean, we don't like plan on to like. We don't like today. I'm gonna be like, yeah, then blah blah blah. I'm gonna do this, do that, and then I'm gonna tell her.
Like, don't I come home every day and not beat you and treat you right? Like,
when you come home every day, this is where your shit is, and
But
you
the-
don't beat me because
You know, it's just funny because Tyra and I actually had this conversation with Tyra maybe
Yeah.
a few weeks ago. Like, no, I don't say it verbally a lot, but my language is more so
Okay.
surprising. Like, I'll bring home something. I'm like, not like I'll bring home a big shiny bike for her, but like I'll bring home something for that I know she likes.
Mhm.
I'll bring home
Yeah.
some like some-
Exactly.
certain candies or something I saw at the store,
Mhm.
Right.
like a surprise. Like I'm more so that type.
Yeah. What is Ryan saying?
Well, let me see. Hold on.
Oh my gosh.
He's asking to know who does this research. Is this like 100,000 people being studied, or is this a Family Feud survey of 100 people?
It's a Family Feud survey.
It says. It's the Quinnipiac poll.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. So then the next one is women may be more skeptical of men's commitment.
Yeah.
Evolution. What is it? It's evolution. May also program women to question men's devotion more. Oh, because you have more choices, right?
Right.
You think that's what it is?
Right.
well,
Right.
not only that, you have to think about it. Like, pretty much from the beginning, women were less valued than men. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah,
And
then they like
and-
club them over the head. And
yeah, but
And drag them back to the
but,
cave.
but all throughout time,
Cavemen.
you dig what I'm saying? Like, some husbands looked at their wives as property.
Right.
And some of them still do.
You dig?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think that's the evolution where it comes. But they don't really evolve. It's just the same, and it changes with the
Okay.
culture and the
Right.
time, but it's the same behavior.
Okay.
Right. So
Okay,
women
here you
have,
go,
like,
Ryan.
developed evolutionary protection.
Right. Ryan. According to a 2010 research in the Journal of Evolutionary Psychology, ancient women had to make sure their mate was suitable and reliable when it comes to reproduction. Not just any man would do. This may also explain why men evolved to fall in love and express their devotion first. They needed to prove their commitment before moving forward in a relationship.
Is that
Interesting.
true?
Did I have to do that?
Prove your commitment before. Oh, absolutely.
But I think in you guys' case, he probably proved it even before you were romantically linked.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't see it that way. Like, we were just friends. Like,
She was
this
trying-
was like
she
a
was-
hindsight.
She was trying to be blind.
He was like, it was there the whole time.
You
Right in
can't
front
see
of your
what I
face.
can't see. You're blind, babe.
You want to watch my God.
Here we go. Here y'all go.
She was
All right.
I'm
blind.
just gonna look at the bunny over
Oh, you see them? They're so cute. There's like a whole family out here. All right. Men are more likely to feel like their love isn't reciprocated. I feel like you say this to me all the time.
Yeah.
All
So
the
now
time.
that you see that somebody else wrote it, now what do you think?
But no,
I think
listen,
y'all are all
let
the
me
same.
give you a strong example, right? So we were listening to WDAS
Mhm,
on the
On
way,
the
over
way
here.
here today.
mhm.
Father's Day.
Today.
Guess what they play on the radio? Mama by Boyz II Men. I was like, this is
Y'all
so
can't
funny.
win. Y'all can't win.
And I was like, no, babe, you can change the words.
Wait.
Just call him Papa.
There is a Father's Day song.
And that joint sucks. Color Me Father? Is
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? I don't know what it's called, but you know how like random times of the year they'll just play I'll always love my mama. It's like
Yeah.
they be like, that's it.
That
Whatever.
song get played one time.
But
a
they
year.
played
One
it
day a
on Father's Day.
Yo,
y'all.
that
I
was
like,
bad.
oh my God.
That's
I said,
bad.
well, you can change the words. I said, yeah, it's not many dad songs out here. Like, what do we know? Like, Papa was a Rolling Stone.
Yes.
Like, that's
Mhm.
that's the only like.
Papa don't preach. That's it.
Right. Papa don't take no mess.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. Oh man, the dads get treated so bad. Don't
Listen
they?
here, R&B groups. We need to make a good dad song.
Mhm.
Get on
Yep.
with it.
Ryan
Yep.
said, evolution, are we talking 25 BC or 1492? Studies show that Adam never told Eve to touch that apple.
Studies show who was
Well,
there?
that
Who's
was-
studying
What's
Who
that?
was there?
That was in a book of fairy tales, though, Ryan.
Who was there?
Adam and Eve weren't real. All right.
They came down from Mars in that capsule, right?
All
In the asteroid.
right. So let's go to the next one. Oh no, we're still on the same one about your love not being reciprocated.
Okay.
The same research, Ryan, shows that men may be more willing to fall in love during the courtship phase than women because of that evolutionary drive to prove devotion and consequently reproduce.
Yeah, so that's the.
So that has changed because everybody's getting everybody pregnant these days and not staying with them.
Yeah, but could that be because during the courtship stage, you're just courting a person? It's not necessarily a relationship.
Mhm.
So the dude during the courting stage could be all in, but the woman can still be dilly dallying.
Okay. Men in this study reported a greater number of loves at first sight. Oh, I love her. Oh no, she's pretty. I love her too. Oh, she's even prettier. I love her more. Is that what they're saying?
But I think it's more of lust at first sight. than
Yeah.
love
Her
at first
posterior is really rotund. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
her.
Uh-huh.
Around you, Miss New Booty.
Oh my
Okay. As well as a higher percentage of loves that were not reciprocated. The researchers also found that for men, an over-perception of a woman's sexual interest in them was linked to more frequently falling in love, which may explain why they eventually went on to report unrequited feelings. Because ain't nobody tell you to fall in love because she gave you some cookies.
Because it ain't all about who you like. It's sometimes about who
Like,
like you.
Like, listen, I was feeling some type of way. You were there. Here's my cookies. Nobody told you to love me.
Right.
So
You knew there was a possibility, so you should.
Right.
You should just come over the morning.
And this is how you get stalked.
You shook your cookies at home with the morning.
Send your cookies to the phone in the morning.
All right.
Cautious. Hot.
We're so stupid. Women may be less visual when falling in love. That's true, because I've seen some like really ugly men with really pretty women. How men fall in love can have more to do with physical appearance. Generally speaking, a man can fall in love from afar more easily than a woman. They say women, on the other hand, are more likely to assess feelings of love based on factors besides just physical attraction, like a potential partner's personality. Okay, so that's the end result. It may take longer for a woman to warm up to a new flame compared to men. Unsurprisingly, this might also have to do with biology. So it's the way we're made.
Yeah.
It's just that's the way we're made. According to a 2009 research published in the Journal Archives of Sexual Behavior, men tend to be more visual than women. We already knew that.
Mhm.
That said, falling in love at first sight is not men's default, and is by no means off limits to people who are not men. So that's saying to me, men and women can fall in love at first
Yeah,
sight. Is that what that's saying?
Mhm.
I read that right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So we got a comment
That's what happened
from,
to me.
from Mr. Hunter.
What?
I got two comments. She said, my evolution of reproduction is a little different than this study. And he also says, is using the love button on Facebook and IG or the heart emoji the same as saying I love you?
No,
Absolutely not.
no. It's
No.
saying I love your comment. or
Because
I
when you
love-
say I love you, you're saying I love you.
Right.
But when you're using the heart emoji on IG or Facebook, you can like an idea,
Yeah.
you can like a thought.
Right. You can really, really like something.
Right, exactly.
That doesn't mean you love
Exactly. It
it.
don't mean you love somebody. And when you say I love you, you're really saying I'm in love with you.
Right.
I wanted to comment on something Tara just read. talking about how guys can fall in love from afar and like
Yeah,
that.
like catfish.
You fall.
Oh,
You fall. If you want to say you're falling in love from afar from what you see, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then, but you gotta. I think you might have to cut that up into two pieces.
Why?
Because there's what you see, and then there's what you get. Right? I can fall in love with Tyra from afar because I like the way I'm attracted to the way she looks. But if I meet her and she got a stank personality, I can't love that.
Yeah.
Now I can't keep myself associated with
Right.
that.
Because that stank personality makes her ugly.
Right.
Exactly.
Oh, this
And
It's
guy.
like ugly people that got stank personalities look even uglier.
Right. But you know what? Also, I think like you said,
And we love you back.
we love,
Yeah.
absolutely love you, Ryan. Like Goose was saying earlier, like you know how like you might meet somebody and initially they're not really attractive, but the more you get to know them and the more you're around them and you know their personality, it's like, you know what?
Yeah, exactly.
But
But ugly people with stank personality,
Even
they
pretty
ugly
people.
from day one to day 100 million.
Pretty people with a stank personality are ugly.
But they say your face is pretty, but your character dirty.
That's exactly right. So,
Mhm.
all right. Men may fall in lust more.
Absolutely.
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
right.
Men's tendencies to focus on the physical may also mean they fall in lust more often than women.
You need an apple bun, you gotta put me.
Research shows that men tend to focus on the person in front of them based on their appearance without always questioning whether they're actually compatible. And sometimes appearance alone is enough to create the illusion of commitment. They think they are in love, but they simply just enjoy the idea of being in love.
But see, this is the thing. So the visual is what gets you to the date.
Okay.
Let's just be honest. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Most of the time,
Absolutely.
it's the visual that gets you to the date.
Right.
Now it's the dating and the courting. You know, they're talking on the phones that get you to know the person's character and the
Right.
person's personality.
Right.
Right.
That's what gets you to the altar.
Yeah.
Exactly. So for people who just like the fact of being in love, it's phony.
Right.
Yeah.
It's about.
And it's not going to be long lived. You one chick to the next chick, or from one dude to another dude, because there's no base to it.
Right. Valid points, dear. Justin, Tyra, do you have a comment?
No, I agree.
Okay. All right. So the next one is women and men look for similar qualities in long-term partners. There aren't too many differences when it comes to what's happening in men's and women's brains when falling in love. And the research reflects that. Studies have shown that men and women seek to find love and have a successful marriage in equal numbers. Both are looking for pretty much the same thing. Men and women report similar preferences for a long-term partner, including traits such as kindness, intelligence, understanding, and someone who loves them in return.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like sums it up.
I need that.
I don't know if this is necessarily true. This next one.
Okay.
Women tend to cope with rejection better than men.
I would say that.
I
Yeah.
think it depends. I would say yes.
It depends.
But
It
not-
depends on the
not-
situation
I think
too.
it's case by case.
I also think it
Yeah.
depends on
The person.
what
Yeah.
part of where the rejection come. Are you talking about? I'm trying to holler at her and she's like, "No, I'm good," and then I'm one of them one of them cats that
Oh yeah, whatever.
oh you stink, little
Yeah.
MC. Am I one of
That's
or am
that
I
has happened to
or am I
us.
So
have I been
horrible.
dating you for a while
Yes.
and now I get broken up with and now I'm like
Yeah.
I'm on my my Lenny Williams kick. So
You know,
you know.
No, it's not.
So I think it kind of depends on. I think individually, case by case, I think that can go either way.
Yeah.
yeah.
That makes
But there's
sense.
some people who
I
just
agree.
cannot handle any type of rejection
Yeah.
of all genders.
Right. So it says love doesn't always lead to a happy ending, and women are better able to cope with ill-fated relationships than men. According to a study published in the journal Sex Roles, the research found that women are more likely to end a relationship they see as doomed and better able to cope with rejection when their male counterpart. With rejection than their male counterpart. Okay. Why is this? Women tend to be more attuned to problem areas in the relationship. Yeah, that's true. And act accordingly, explains the researchers. While this doesn't always mean a breakup, the lack of blind spots can impact how women decide to proceed in their partnerships differently with men.
Wait,
Yeah. What?
so did I just hear him say that women are more in tune with issues in the relationship?
Yeah.
That's what he said.
So suppose the dude really don't have no issues, but you understand what I'm saying?
No. Can you elaborate?
So suppose the issues that she has or that she's in tune with, they're not issues to him.
But if it's an issue detrimental enough to possibly end the relationship,
Right.
We all know that people, come on.
I know that, but I'm just saying, like,
We
think about it.
know people are petty
Right.
in relationships for the simplest thing. So, I mean, I don't agree with it.
Especially now, I think it's more prevalent now for
Yeah.
people to end a relationship over something petty than to try to work it out.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, most people now, their relationships are fully through social media.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just different.
You know, it's Instagram official. Like what?
Yeah, and then it lasts 6 hours. Okay.
Right.
All right. So
Elementary school.
let's wrap this up. Okay. Both men and women can love. There's an assumption that women tend to be mushier when it comes to romance. But you know what they say about assumptions.
Makes an ass
Out of you and unction.
You and me.
Seriously?
ASS.
Y'all didn't get it?
Yes.
Did you see the long kiss goodnight?
Yes.
That's what Samuel L. Jackson
I
said.
know.
I know it's you and me, but I was being
I know.
Oh, Lord.
facetious. This is why we gonna break up.
Look at the married life.
Me? You know, petty? All right. Research published in the Journal of Social Psychology found that both sexes have similar responses and attitudes to love and romance stimuli, suggesting that women are greater fools for love than men. Despite the research, love is tough to define. Everyone expresses themselves differently, and at the end of the day, gender doesn't always play a role. So doesn't that negate this entire article?
Right. Exactly. I guess I guess they're just proving a point.
Okay.
Because it doesn't necessarily be a man and a woman. It could be a man and a man in the same
A
thing.
woman and a woman.
Yep.
That's true.
Right.
Well, that's all I got, just in the end.
Interesting stuff there. Interesting stuff. Yeah,
So-
the whole thing about the guy falling in love from across the room.
Yeah. Was the male or female right?
It was written by several.
Okay. Y'all laughing at
I don't like Brian no more. I told him he's cool.
Eddie LaBelle. Okay, Sarah.
No, I told him. He's got me paid. I told him paid. So.
I find that interesting, like,
Yeah.
because I know I've seen a girl. I'm like, damn, I'm in love with her, but I wasn't for real. But then, like, you see people that stalk, like, social media people,
Right.
because I guess in their mind they're in love with them and whatever. I don't know what they're thinking. They're in a relationship with the person. I don't know, but that's from a distance. They don't even know that. They just know the character that they
Well, people
image
create
that they put out.
Personas on social media.
Yeah.
Like, they're not the same person on social media that they are.
Right. But also, people create
ideas in their
in their
head.
mind
Yeah.
about who a person is.
Right.
You know, and then when they meet the person and they don't match,
Uh-huh.
then it's an issue.
Right.
It's a concern.
Like, I was just thinking the other day, right? Yesterday, actually. I was thinking about, like, somebody could be watching the show, right?
Mhm.
And I say they're looking at Tyra. I'm like, man, when they break up, I'm gonna come at Tyra. You know, I'm gonna get it. She's bad. You know, he messing up. He don't know what he's doing. I know he messing up. But then they might mess around with me. Like he according to this article, could be in love with her. But then he could meet her
Right.
and never, and like, oh, she's terrible.
Right.
You're not.
Right.
You're not terrible to him.
Not terrible to me,
But
you
to
could be
somebody
terrible.
else, you could be a royal pain in the
I
toes.
probably am. That's okay. I'm not everybody's cup.
My cup of
Just
coffee.
terrible, just not the word Justin we use.
What'd you say?
I said terrible, just not the word that Justin would use.
Yes.
We're going to leave that there.
Delightful.
Delightful. Yeah.
Mhm.
So you guys got your
You got a final twist?
final twist?
I do. Mine's is funny.
Oh, let's hear it.
Okay. I don't care who you are. When Journey comes on, you become a small town girl living in a lonely world.
So glad Tara explained that to me 2 days
I had to
ago.
explain it to Justin. I was like, what's happening? I forgot I'm so much older than y'all.
So I was so glad she, and as soon as she told me, I
And
was
Tyra,
like, oh,
Tyra was like
okay.
a deer in headlights. She's like, what? I'll play the song for you off air.
You know the song?
It's a song.
Girl, yeah, I know that song. When I was yeah.
I didn't know that Journey was the
Yeah, I didn't know. But I know
Anyway.
Okay.
producer of the whole song.
okay, he over here jamming.
What's your final twist, dear?
So this is just a thought that I had, the other day thinking about the whole Juneteenth holiday. So if I'm not mistaken, they were slaves 2 additional years longer than they needed to be.
Right.
Correct.
So their people are owed some money.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Who owed some money?
Their people.
Those ones, those slaves that
I
were.
was slaves who
I-
worked
I-
traditional 10 years. And I'm about to say, it was Texas. Are you
Are
surprised?
you surprised?
Texas is still stuck in 1865.
Mm-hmm.
And if they get their way, we going back.
Yeah, I was just thinking. I was like, yeah, they were. Oh, how mad is? I would have been
2
mad
years
as
for free.
hell.
2 years. Like, wait, so you're telling me for the last 24 months,
Right.
I could have been.
I could have been making my way up north.
Yeah. It's interesting
Yeah, I
that
mean,
it's
but,
just become a holiday.
Yeah, but
Right.
but the crazy thing is, we say it now that we're so far removed from it. But
Right.
the reality is, even once they told 2 years later,
They didn't know what to do.
where would they go?
Right.
Right. They
They
had
didn't
You
know
know,
nothing.
what would they do? You know what I mean?
They
And then,
closed on their back.
and then 2 years later, the laws had already been implemented. That was already planned to put us back in jail and
Yeah.
to give us back to slavery. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. We learned about this, the enslaved folks being emancipated, right?
mhm.
But I was just thinking about they found out, let's say they found out on a Tuesday. On Wednesday morning when it's time to start working, I wonder how many of them went to work.
Right.
because
It was
they
like
know.
that's all I know. Like,
Right.
I'm going to go.
I think some
But
people
they
did this
became
to
indentured
say.
servants and all like that. But that's a
Right.
whole history.
Yeah. But see, like man, like I said, so far removed. I would like to think if you told me on a Tuesday afternoon, I'm going to my shack, unpacking my stuff,
Right.
Where you
I'm
going though?
and that's why I said you so far removed. You're like, I want to get away, but where would you go?
Right, they don't
Yeah.
know. They
Right.
don't know.
Right.
You got a final twist?
My final twist was just happy Juneteenth, everybody. Happy Freedom Day. I take some time to reflect on all that our ancestors have been through. I know we haven't gone as far as we would like to, but we have moved forward. So just reflect. Happy Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth. We're laughing at this comment from Ryan. He said, "Oh, I'm not touching the slavery thing today. Not gonna have me out here looking like Kanye West."
The Lord have mercy.
Um,
You know,
Ryan?
wish no happy Juneteenth.
my final thought is about the fathers, and it's more so for the young fathers out there. It's for all fathers, but more for the young fathers and more for the youngins that will be young fathers, whether you know it or not. Be there for your kid because you're going to be the first one to give them the game, right? If you have a daughter, you're going to be the first one to give them the game and give them the game the right way. Because if you're unavailable for your daughter, there's going to be somebody else that's going to be giving your daughter the game that's going to be beneficial to them. If you're not going to be there for your son, there's going to be some old head out there like, here, come here, young, let me school you on something. And they may not be giving them the game that you would have gave them. They might be giving them the game that's beneficial to them. So it's very important for you fathers to be fathers out there and keep your heads on straight and do the right thing to be fathers to you.
Yeah, definitely.
That's my father.
That was excellent.
I just want to add to it. Dad, you have rights.
That's true.
So I just want to say that there's, some of you guys out there have children with women who treat the children as pawns. No matter how hard you try to do the right thing, you have rights. So pursue your rights, fellas.
There you go. And with all that being the case, we're going to get up out of here. Appreciate y'all hanging with us. Happy Juneteenth. Happy Father's Day. Appreciate y'all checking us out for the and I know y'all was looking forward to Game 7. My bad. My bad.
Congratulations to the Warriors.
Congratulations to the Warriors, man. Great series. Bittersweet for me. It means it's bitter because basketball is over now. Sweet because summer started. So there we go.
So Golden State won. So does that mean that Aisha Curry can cook?
Oh Lord, you're not going there. Y'all have.
I don't even know what y'all talking about.
Y'all got to explain that to me.
Yeah,
all right, y'all. We'll talk to y'all next time. Peace.
All right, y'all. Peace.